transaction concurrency. Hello everyone, welcome to the second part of concurrency. In the first part we have seen that the transactions can run in serial order and there will be no error in this case. Okay. However, if we run the transactions only in serial order, then other transaction will have to wait for a long time and system throughput will be very less. Okay. So as you remember, these were our two transactions. One was transferring rupees 100 from A to B, and another was doing the total. So either you run T5 before T6 or you run T6 before T5. In both the cases, the total will come same. For example, 1500 if A has 500 and B has 1000 in the beginning. Okay. However, if we try to execute the transaction in non-serial manner, okay, it means that first three lines of T5, then two lines of T6, then two lines of T5, then four lines of T6, and then last lines of T5. Okay, as you can assume, this happens because of CPU scheduling. So if this non-serial execution is not controlled, the number of problems will occur. So first problem is lost update problem. Let us see. Again, same transactions. Assume that it has 500 balance, it has 1000 balance. So when it will deduct 100, it will become 400 and it will become 1100. And if after this executes, then it will read 400, it will transfer it to A, it will read 1100 and sum will be 1500. However, if this executes first before T5, then again A will read 500, sum will be 500, B will be 1000, and total will again be 1500. So whatever is the case, total will always come the same. However, we will see that now look it carefully. What is this? This is the schedule. Schedule means how CPU has executed this. CPU has executed in this manner. Okay. Out of these, first one belongs to T5. Second two belongs to T6. Next two belongs to T5. Next statement belongs to T6. Next three belongs to T5. And last three belongs to T6. So initially you might find it complex, but this is what how CPU has executed. And this shows that which statement belongs to which transaction. Okay, very simple. Now initially what happens, A is 500, B is 1000, so A and B is 500 and 1000. So when A reads of T5, it read it as 500. Then CPU shift to T6, then sum initializes 0 and it again reads it. See, this will read from hard disk, so it will read as 500. Now processing will switch back to T5, its next two statement. Now it will, what it will do, it has read it 500, it will deduct 100, it will do it 400. Write A. Now this A will be written to hard disk. Now control will come back to this statement, sum plus A. But however, you must assume that this A was read here. Okay, so this A was 500. However, when this A was written, it was written in hard disk, it was 400. But here, this A was read here, and at that time it was 500, so it was 500. Now it will transfer the control back to here. It will read B. B will be 1000. 100 add, it will become 1100. Write B will happen in hard disk. It will write B. That is what? 1100. Now you can assume what problems will come. As you can see here, sum was 500. Now it will read B. See, which B it will read? it will read the B which has been written by this, and it is written 1100, so it will read it as 1100, and sum will be 500 plus 1100, and the sum will be 1600. So 1600 cannot come. From where 500 rupees has come? So this is the problem of uncontrolled non-serial execution. Are you getting? Very simple. See, as I've told you, either some takes place before transfer or some takes place after transfer. In both the cases, the total will be 1500. But here you can see the total is coming as 1600. Okay. So it has happened because there is no control over mixed execution of these transactions. Whenever CPU gets a chance to run any transaction, it is executing. So the the idea is to teach you that if you don't control this execution, which is mixed, then these type of problems can come. See, some of you can assume, sir, what will happen? Yeah, what can happen that this, first of all, these two lines are executed before this. So of course it is possible. So there are many executions possible, but here we are illustrating you an execution which is creating problem. Okay, so this is what the problem is. Now this is one type of problem. Now another type of problem is inconsistent read problem. So what is that problem? This problem again happens. Okay, now let us come to the second problem, that is last update problem. Now last update problem uh, happens when the results of one of the transaction is lost. Now, for this, we will consider these two transactions. As you can see, transaction number T3 and T4. See, what does it do? It transfer 10 rupees into A. And what does it do? It increases A by 10%. Now, see, what happens when they execute? See, if they are executing one after the another, no problem. Okay. Now, suppose, for example, A has 200. And first of all, this is executed. So it will read 200. It will make 10% of 200, that is 220. So after this transaction T4, A will be 220. And when control comes to here, 10 will be added, it will be 230. Okay. However, the value will be different if T3 executes first. See, if T3 executes first, this will be 200 initially, 210. Okay. Then after this transaction, it will be 210. And when it will run, it will read as 210, then 210 into 10%. Okay, that is 21, and right A will be 231. Okay, so this is the case where if T3 executes first and T4, then the answer will be 231. But if T4 executes first and T3 afterward, the answer will be 230. Okay, so whatever is the case, this can happen. But you will see that if they are executed in this way, this is, see, please don't be confused. This is first example A, and this is another example. Okay, very simple. You see, it was executed in this way. The first two transaction instruction belongs to T4, next three belongs to T5, and this. Now see what happens. It has read A. A is what? 200. So it will become 220 in RAM. Okay, it is still not right. Now it will read A again. Now, as you can see, read A is always done from hard disk. So it will read again from hard disk, that is 200. So it will become 210. Okay, which one? This one. It will write 210, and immediately when it has written 210, this writes A, this one, T4. है ना? So, and it writes what? It writes this one, which it has done here, that is 220. So the final answer is 220. and 220